Hello, hello. How is everyone doing? Hey Rohit, how are you? Just give me a second. I'm trying to still figure this out a bit. Right? Not yet fully ready with the stream. Sound echo. Okay, fine. Let me see how and why it's happening. Is it better? Any better? Echo as in like multiple times you are hearing it, or there is a bit of echo on the from where I'm talking. Yeah, Rohit, I want to discuss about the trades, but the problem is I do not have all the list of the trades. So if you can send me on WhatsApp, that will be very helpful. If you have the have all the trades with you, and also can you please share me the link of all the teams and their cost? Please send that. Then it will really help. Okay. I am just waiting for other people to come in. Let's see. Yep, that will be really good. We will be starting with SRH, and let's see. So after every team, I will need a couple of minutes, maybe just to set up the overlays on the screens. I was trying to get a full presentation with it, but unfortunately, I did not have the time. I literally came back 15 minutes ago from office, so didn't have too much time to set it up. But I think whatever I have managed to set up in the last few minutes, it will be good. So Ravi asks, why SRH first? Yo Ravi, welcome. Hey Sai, come, welcome. This is my first stream after a long time, especially on like first time on my Mac. So I'm going to be having a bit of problems, but hopefully, yes, I know it is Sai. You, so yeah, so hopefully we will be able to improve pretty quickly. So yeah, welcome Pradeep. So we have set up the stream in this manner right now so that we can go through the teams properly. Thank you. Okay, so let's start off with SRH. Also, one of you please share me the link of the Google Sheet that was created for the league. I will need that so that I can discuss the like the prices of the players and things, and what I feel was overpaid or somebody who was paid was underpaid. If we paid, so all these things we can discuss. Okay, so you got the Google Docs also. That's fantastic. Okay, so let's start off with SRH, and as we all know, with SRH we had the uh, the big thing. 4 players were retained, and the 4 big players were retained. Yes, I have got it. Yeah, so the players that were retained were Travis Head, Heinrich Klaassen, Abhishek Sharma, and T. Natarajan, and all those players are still in the team. That is good to see. So Ravi stick to his guns. The players he believed in these players, and he is going to be like he has kept them in his squad as he wanted. So Travis Head and Heinrich Klaassen 16 crores each, Abhishek Sharma and T. Natarajan 12 crores each, and so here is one thing that I'd like to tell. In the trades time, I tried to convince Ravi a lot to give me Abhishek Sharma, but even though I offered him very good trades, he refused, saying that he wants to keep Abhishek Sharma as the Sunrisers player. That's nice to see that people are so passionate about the teams and the players. It's very good, nice to see. It brings in that enthusiasm. Thank you, ARB. I mean, I have tried to keep that vibes, so that's why you can see the like the overlay behind has been kept in that sense. Okay, so that's there. Among the players he bought in, Kane Williamson for 9.5, and then he did not really buy anybody at a very high price. That's very interesting to see. I mean, Devon Convoy only 3.5, Mohammad Nabi 5.5, Avish Khan for 3, Prithvi Shaw 3.5. He spent so much on Prithvi Shaw, who is probably going to find it hard to find a place in the team. So that's again a very interesting thing. One of the problems that I see with Sunrisers Hyderabad is Travis Head, Klaasen, Williamson, Convoy. The 4 top players are all foreigners, and all of them are batsmen. So they don't have a good foreign bowler who is of very high quality. Yeah, we will talk about the trades in some time, but okay, yeah, if you ask a question, definitely, please ask questions like this. It will be very nice to see. Who be given to KKR, SRH? I feel, given that they have T. Natarajan, I think having Natarajan and Siraj is a good combination, given that Siraj is a bit more pace, Bhubi is slightly less pace, so I feel that it's a good trade from both sides. Bhuvi going to KKR gives him that additional dimension, and Siraj to SRH is also giving him a different dimension. So overall, I felt it's a win-win trade for both the teams. And sometimes it's very difficult to find that, but it's one trade I really liked, and I felt like the teams as a whole have matured in our leagues, that they are thinking about team combinations and not just looking at ratings. So I really liked that thing. Tom Kohler Cadmore is one of their X Factor players, and that's one player whom I think will be important. But whether he will get a chance to play, and if Ravi wants to use his all-rounders in Oaks and Nabi, whom do you drop? Do you drop Travis Head, Klaasen, Convoy and Williamson? Probably Williamson may be dropped here in this team, because Convoy can play that long innings role. But which player is the biggest mistake? I can't say mistake, but I think that given that you had Travis Head, Klaasen already retained, going again for Kane Williamson at 9.5 crore was a big mistake. That's what I felt. Then you got Devon Convoy as well for 3.5. So either one of those two players you could have either traded, or you could have not bought at all. Because spending 9.5 crores on Williamson, and then if you have to drop him or even Convoy, that will be a bit of a mistake. That's what I feel. Kohler was only for 1 CR, so you can take a gamble on him. That is a very nice, cheap player to get. Among your RTMs, you had Nitish Kumar Reddy. I really liked that RTM. I think that was a very good RTM used at that point. I will quickly move to the second half of this team so that we can also look at that team. So here is the second part of the team. Max O'Dowd also has to play every game. Yep, exactly, Pradeep. Kohler Cadmore can be a punt pick. Where he will fit in the team, difficult to say. Otherwise, batting for SRH is not a problem. Bowling with Siraj is also there, and Natarajan. But Avish Khan also there. So pace bowling is also pretty much good. I think spin might be a problem because unless you play Muhammad Nabi and have to drop then Williamson, like who is the other spinner? Like I don't see a like a top class spinner in this team, and that can be a big problem. So that's my view of SRH. If you have any other questions, else we will move to the second team. So ARB, I think we already had that from Sai. So I don't want the same thing. I don't want to do the same thing. That doesn't add any value. So I will not be doing that. Biggest low for SRH I feel is the lack of a quality spinner, especially on these Indian pitches. I feel Bhatti can be RTM. Nattu could have been an RTM player. That's right. That's right. I think Sai has put it right. I mean, maybe Nattu wouldn't have gone for 12 crore. So, but I think Ravi did these picks out of pure love of these players, and I love to see that. I mean, that the fact that he did not think about like maximizing his strategy. More it was just I love. No, we are just started with SRS. It's the first team we are doing. Yeah, so that's the out of his love for these players, he has done it. So I really liked that. Yeah, so let's move on to the next team. The next team will be Delhi Capitals. Okay, that's a good question. That's a very good question, Pradeep. I personally, I would say that probably if I have to choose, I will pick Head. I'll pick Klaasen. I will pick Head and Klaasen for sure. But then I might not pick Convoy or Williamson simply because of the team combination. Because I also have, let's say, Abhishek Sharma to open. So Abhishek Sharma, Head opens. Number 3, whom do we play? I mean, Prithvi Shaw is also an opener, so it's a tough one. I might pick Nabi and Chris Oakes if needed. But if I'm not playing Oakes, I might go for Devon Convoy at number 3. I mean, so the top 3 will be that, and then we have got Klaasen at 4. You have got the pace bowling is very good. Siraj, Natarajan, and Avish Khan, they will do very well. I think, but you probably need Nabi, so I will have to drop Williamson there. That's my thought. Okay, next we move to Delhi Capitals. Team by Pradeep. Delhi Capitals. So Sai, that's a good point, but I am assuming that we will play four foreigners. I mean, if Nabi comes in a sub and we do 5 and all those things, I'm not going to go into that. As Rohit has said that we are following IPL rules, and I am hoping that no one is playing here to exploit the rules. We are going to play it by fair and large, and if AI does something wrong, something different, that's a different case. But otherwise, I will be, at least from my side, I will try my best to have the way that this tournament was thought to be played, and not how it ends up being because AI does something with it. Okay, so from DC. DC is another very interesting team. This is a team that I would say has surprised me in these auctions. DC has very much surprised me. DC was, I was thinking very differently how DC would perform in these auctions based on whom they retained. Like Rishabh Pant and Akshar Patel, I thought that they will go big on a few players. They didn't go for them. So it is a very interesting dynamic from Pradeep. I mean, this is probably if I have to say, this is probably Pradeep's best auction that I have seen from Pradeep. I mean, hands down, the most improved auction from Pradeep. I mean, he has always been the guy who has gone big on some one player and blown his budget off. He didn't do it this time, and I'm really happy to see that he is doing it. Oh, VS is in the chat. Oh, nice to see VS in the chat. Right. So yeah, we'll come to that. So let's look at the team now. So only two Indians retained. Very good, strong Indian core for DC. They had. I mean, now they have Jitesh Sharma, whom they traded with PKBS, yes, for Mayank Agarwal, and that means that they have a backup keeper for Rishabh Pant, but of course, probably Rishabh Pant will play every game, so there is not much necessity there. Ben Stokes and Kangiso Rabada, excellent choices, excellent buys. James Anderson for 13 is his. Excellent question. I would say Ben Stokes. And I would probably play Ben Stokes. James Anderson for 13, Glenn Maxwell for 19. So he spent a lot of money on Glenn Maxwell. Ben Stokes came in very cheap for 10, to be honest. I mean, one player whom he managed to get that cheap was just brilliant. I mean, that was some also part of the auction dynamics when Ben Stokes came in a bit late and only went for 10 CR. But I think that is one player whom he got very cheap. Maxwell at 19, I feel, was paid a bit higher. He probably could have been, like, I do not feel that Maxwell is worth that much. But again, it's a player's value is what the owner sees. So if the owner thinks that he's worth that much, he was worth that much. That's the end of the story. I will not pay for it, but that's how the game goes. His RTM was Ishant Sharma for 4. Good choice, probably. Could have gone for someone else at that price, I felt. And he ended up paying, like, having 7 CR in balance left in his account. So he didn't use it. I think he went from being the, like, छप्पर फाड़ के खर्चा करने वाला to the कंजूस, and so he ended up with the most parts at the end of the auction. So very different Pradeep. Probably having a job and now having to save money has changed him. But it was fun to see him in the auctions this way. His trades, Jitesh Sharma, Jake Frazier McGurk was a very good, very interesting trade, especially with PKBS. Because we wanted Ben Duckett as a left-handed batsman, and from there suddenly we were talking about it, and he said, when I told him that I want to do that trade, he was very shocked, and he was like, this is a trade which will give me, like, he was thinking about it, and in the end we managed to get that trade done. And then I sold Ben Duckett to KKR to do the Hetzmeyer trade. So trade पे trade, तारीख पे तारीख, trade पे trade, यही मेरा काम है. Ishant Sharma took 4, but that is being results oriented. I mean, after seeing the result of the game, we can always say, okay, probably this guy was a great buy, but we are talking from a holistic point where we do not know how the player will perform, right? So it's very different after seeing a game and saying, oh, he was a fantastic retention or RTM. So I don't believe in looking at the result and talking about it. Other than that, David Malan, another good pick. So from the foreigners, I feel Ben Stokes, Kangiso Rabada, Maxwell, these three make the cut anyway. James Anderson will depend how the pitch is. If it's a swinging pitch, surely James Anderson will come in. The batting does look a bit light on the fact that Rishabh Pant is your highest rated batsman. So opening side, like yes, Manish Pandey is there. Manish Pandey and Jake Fraser McGurk is there. Uh, but other teams I felt that I feel that have a much better opening lineup, like the top three. So DC is a power packed middle order and a good bowling attack, but the top three is where I feel uh, DC might face a bit of a problem. Yeah, so that is where I see DC's situation to be. If I move to the other part of the team, um, I mean, you have got Dwight Bravis, another good player, but how will you fit him? Probably, if you are playing McGurk, you can't play Malan or Bravis, so that will be difficult. Sandeep Lamichhane is a very good spinner. Ashutosh Sharma is a very good buy. He's a fantastic buy there. Uh, and yeah, I mean, overall they've got a decent side. I feel that for them, uh, the main problem is the top order. From KKR, I got Hetmeyer for him for Duckett. I got Hetmeyer because I had my opener settled. I wanted a middle order batsman, and I was not being able to get that, so I had to do the three-way trade. Yeah, cool. So that's my take on DC. If you have no more questions, then we can move to the third team. And the third team on my list is Mumbai Indians. Oh, sorry, I picked up the wrong order. Yeah, Mumbai Indians. Yeah. So Mumbai Indians, Rohit's team, and Mumbai Indians retained Jasprit Bumrah and Hardik Pandya, which was to me fairly shocking. I thought he will retain Rohit Sharma. Didn't. Neither did Surya Kumar Yadav, whom he eventually got in the RTM for 15 CR. So, in a way, he saved 1 CR with RTM. Yeah, and well, spin attack of DC was, I mean, it's not the best, but it's not the worst. I think they have a decent spin attack. I mean, Maxwell is there. There is Lamichhane. So there is the bases are covered for spin. I feel, and if I mean, yeah, on a very spinning track they might struggle a bit, but overall I think it's a decent team, and the problems come at the top of the order. So yeah, so there's a very good like buy Steve Smith for 15, Kuldeep Yadav for 15. So he spent a lot of money on these players, and but then got like Jason Roy, Saurav Chauhan, Akashdeep, Ash Madhwal, Yash Thakur, all these guys he got very cheap, right? So his team is power packed, has 8 or 10 very good players, but the drop off is very big. So like you have got 7, 8 very good players, but then like the bench and the rest of the like squad is very thin. So if somebody is not performing in and Rohit has to change, it will become a bit more difficult for Rohit there. Having said that, I mean, yeah, I will come to those things. I mean, I'm talking about the overall team first. I mean, Bumrah and Cummins opening, followed by Sam Curran, Hardik Pandya. I mean, can you have and you have got Gerald Coetzee as well. Can you have a better pace attack in FCT than Mumbai? I mean, this pace attack is dangerous. It's absolutely dangerous. It's going to be very difficult. Like Pat Cummins, Bumrah, Sam Curran, Hardik Pandya, Gerald Coetzee. I mean, they can play 5 top class fast bowlers on a seaming pitch, and no one will say that they are doing it wrong. On the spin attack, they had Kuldeep Yadav and Chahal, whom Chahal they traded with us. They traded Nokia for Pat Cummins as well. So it's an interesting trades. I think where Mumbai will, where Mumbai might face trouble is if they, like in the first couple of games, if they lose and somebody goes out of form, loses a bit of rating, they will have a difficult time finding a player whom they will be able to get, like how they will balance their team if they have one or two players not performing is a problem. But if the Mumbai core performs on that day, I don't think in FCT we have a team who can stop them if they perform on their day to their abilities. Because like with this team, you have to have like someone failing big time before you have like you are going to beat them. So it's going to be very tough to beat them. But a team like this where you've got 7-8 superstars, I think will reach the semis and then can have a bad day. Like it can be the India of the T20 2023 World Cup where they can beat everybody and then have a bad day. So that's my view on Mumbai. Because as I said, right, like after Glenn Phillips and also most likely Glenn Phillips cannot play because of the 5-4 foreigner rule, they might get into trouble. Who is there? Andreas Goss is their associate, good associate pick, good as a keeper as well. So yeah, I mean overall it's a very strong team. But as I said, there are question marks in a few spots, and if those spots can get exploited, they may have problems. Any questions, or we move to the fourth team? Yeah, that's a valid point. That's a very valid point. Yeah, I mean, so next let's move to the team that has surprised us all in the like so far. Like so far, what this team has been doing is very different from what I expected. So yeah, we are just starting on KKR. We have done with DC, MI and SRH. So when I saw the retention list of KKR, which was empty, I was shocked. I was like, Khel gaya Londa. Absolutely, I was like, okay, this is some meta strategy that this guy has brought in. And to be honest, it has worked out pretty well for him. He got back Andre Russell on the RTM. So Shreyas Iyer RTM was also very good, only 10 CR, saved money there. And you have, so this is the one, like if you look at it, like, so you've got like a top all-rounder in Russell, then you have got probably the best spin attack, Ravichandran Ashwin, Ravi Jadeja. You've got like the two best spinners in FCT with them. Then you've got Nicholas Puran, Sanju Samson, keeping is like sorry. Then you've got Marco Jensen, Cody Anderson, the best associate player in the league. So highest rated, Cody Anderson. Shreyas Iyer, Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, Shardul Thakur. This is a team. Like look at this team. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Like the top 11 players are 82 or higher. So this is what I was talking about. Was the difference between MI on the first page itself? We got down to players rated 77, 78. But here we have got players of top quality throughout, and this is very very useful for him. Now, if I have to nitpick, and I will because that's my job, I have to have pros and cons for everything. My main concern with this team is look at their pace bowling. Their pace bowling, yes, we have got Marco Jansen, Cody Anderson, and Andre Russell in the top three, but I mean, all these three are also all-rounders, which eats into their ratings, and I feel that they can go for a lot of runs as well. Especially in cricket 24, we have seen that happen many times. Andre Russell will pick up wickets, will go for runs. Marco Jansen as well. Cody Anderson is another bowler like that. So, on pitches which are very neutral, I mean not spin pitches, not very like pace friendly, but normal standard grassy dry kind of pitches, this team can go for a lot of runs. They can concede a lot of runs, or might struggle to defend a lot of runs. That can be one problem for them. Having said that, this is a very very strong team and one of the contenders for semi-finals for sure. And I think their main, Bhuvi they have. I mean, Bhuvi is probably the bowler who needs to be used very very carefully, very strategically for them. And if he can use it, which so far based on his strategies, I think he can. And it will be very interesting to see how he uses these players, because he has got Jadeja and Ashwin, and he has got Russell, Marco Jansen. So he has to use them very well. How he puts these players in which position, when they bowl these bowlers, will become very very important. And that is the key problem for KKR, is that they have problem of plenty. They've got too many good players, whom to keep, and trying to fit in all these players in their natural position will be very hard. Very very hard, which means that there will be some players going up and down the order, and will that be a boon or a bane? We do not know. So if the flexibility is, he uses it very well, I think KKR is definitely one of the semi-final contenders. But if he messes up, it can end up being bad. So we need to see how this team does in terms of their playing 11. But he is a very, exactly, that's again the problem is, like, you have these players and you have these players, and they will not have their natural position very quickly. So how to fit so many players in this lineup will be tough, because you also got like players like Romario Shepherd, Nadre Burger, Ben Duckett, Gulbuddin Naeem. So like they've got a very good side, but like just needs to be careful as to whom to play at what position. Any other questions, or we'll move to the next team? Okay, so let's move to the fifth team. And I'm sitting after a long time, so already feeling a bit tired. So we'll take a 5-minute short break after the fifth team, if that's okay. The fifth team, let's go with LSG. I do not know if our man is here. I don't think KK is in the stream, so we'll keep it short. LSG, let's look at LSG's team. Give me a second. Yeah, LSG. Yeah. Another team that kind of surprised me with their retention, Marcus Stoinis for 16 CR. Didn't go for anybody else. I found it a bit surprising. And then, if all of us were like spending money as if like we are playing the stock markets, and Pradeep was probably just doing fixed deposits kind of thing. LSG, I felt was too afraid to spend money, was pretty much sitting on the cash they had for almost 90% of the auction. And which meant that in the end they kind of went overboard with their players. So if you look at the, yeah, probably प्रतीप ने म्यूचुअल फंड में इन्वेस्ट किया, हम स्टॉक मार्केट में खेलते रहे, और हमारे के भाई was trying to be on the fixed deposit and waiting for it to mature. उसके बाद ऑक्शन में पैसा लगाएंगे, और वो पैसा बच ही गया बहुत एंड में. Because he ended up spending only 101 CR, 15 CR he left off. So he left KL Rahul into the auction and then spent 20 CR on Rashid Khan. Very interesting choice. Kunal Pandya was the RTM, so was Kyle Myers. So this is a team which is, as Pradeep has said, yes, they can fill the roles, but they are filling players. Yes, like they have Kyle Myers, very good player, Venkatesh Iyer. They're very, very good players, but there is a general lack of a superstar, I felt. I mean, yes, there's Rashid Khan, there's Mohammad Shami. Like, they're very good players, and like Rashid Khan is probably a superstar on his own right. So that is one thing, the problem that I saw, and like if you look at it, like the drop off is very, very big. Like the Johnny Bairstow is the highest rated player, then you got Marcus Stoinis, Rashid Khan. So you got three good players. Then you got Mohammad Shami, again top four are very good. Then you come to Rajat Patidar. If you play Adil Rashid, you can't play Kyle Myers. So let's say Adil Rashid comes to play. So then you look at it, right? Varun Chakravarti, Kunal Pandya, Harry Brook can't play then. So that's a big problem. Like, I mean, I am not seeing like who are their top batsmen, right? So I have got Patidar as their batsman. Venkatesh Iyer, Kyle Myers probably opens up. Simran Singh too, and I think their batting, like they are reliant on their entire middle order to work well, and it will work well because they have got a very good middle order. But I feel that they have got Ajinkya Rahane at the top. Okay, that can be an interesting choice if he works well. But I feel that given the pace attacks of let's say KKR or MI, this team might not this team might struggle a bit in that sense. But again, KK has been winning every tournament he has been playing. So you have to also remember that he is a very good strategist. So he can probably take this team and do wonders with it. And even though I do not personally think that this team is semi-final material. I will say that given how KK has performed so far in all these AI leagues, we cannot take him lightly. I feel that he will come back strong and may be a very like may surprise me as well, because I've not seen much, like I've not been in the scene of AI versus AI for quite some time, so I do not know how things have happened in the recent past. So that might mean ki I might not be able to like understand the strategy behind this team, and that is perfectly possible. So I mean, I am not being able to understand the logic behind this entire team's dynamics, but I am going to give the benefit of the doubt to KK and say ki how, like let's let and see how he does magic with this team, because I am very excited to see what this team does. Okay, guys, we have done 5 teams. Maybe we'll take a 5-minute break and come back at 10:30. Is that okay? Okay, folks, we are back, and let's see what was the questions asked. Okay, so yeah, so who can be the captain of LSG? Good question. I don't know, to be honest. Maybe Rashid Khan or Marcus Stoinis, because he spent so much money on these guys, and probably these two guys will play every game. So I think, yeah, welcome. Uh, I mean, we are doing LSG at the moment, and so yeah, is everyone back from the break as well? Who all are there on the stream right now? Hey KK, welcome. We were discussing your team just before the break. Prabhsimran and Myers may open that. Yes, I think so as well. That's a good choice to be fair. And I think Prateep had a question about uh, his him picking up three associates. That's not a bad ploy, but I want to ask Rohit and ARB if are they back on the stream. We are just coming back from a break, so just taking a bit of time just to yeah. So I don't know if if we have this. What's up, KK? I mean, is there anything wrong? I mean, does it just? I mean, the way we are doing this stream is we are letting people ask questions, and they can ask questions about anything, and I'm trying my best to answer them. Of course, I do not know your views of why you picked up which player. I'm just trying to think in why. Okay, so please, no offense taken. Yeah, I was asking is like he has three associates, and we know one associate we play um, is uh, like considered as non-foreign. But if you are okay, I mean I do not. Okay, maybe I'm missing something else. I do not see anything offensive or any problematic things in the comments. I mean, everyone's making their points on each team. So yeah, you are also free to make your points on the team. As long as it's cricket discussion, I'm okay. And if anybody else, then yes, of course. Yeah. I mean, no. So what I'm saying is you can play one associate, and that is fine. That's compulsory. What if I play three associates? Will you count them as non-foreign players, all three? Anyways, I mean that's a important question. You and Rohit need to think about it and let us know before the tournament starts, because that's going to be a important thing to know. Like if we have all the three associates playing, will they be considered one as overseas, and or how many of them will be considered overseas? That's a very interesting thing to say. I think uh, from a batting perspective, uh, Sam did say Prabhsimran and Myers. Though Ajinkya Rahane could also open. I mean, he is probably one of the contenders to open. Um, but the middle order of LSG is very, very good. Middle order of LSG is very, very good. Yeah. Yeah, because it can end up that four foreign players plus three associates can play for this team, and that can become like I don't know. I mean, whether it's a problem or not, that's up to you guys to think. That's what came to my mind as I saw this team. Cool. Yeah. So let's move on to the next team. And the next team we will do is CSK. Wait, let me get the CSK. Did I not download the CSK team correctly? No, all good, all good. Okay, so let's get to CSK. Uh, Three retentions were made, pretty much expected. Dhoni, Moeen Ali, and Mahesh Tikshana, pretty much expected on the lines there. Um, and yeah, 20 CR for Dhoni, 12 each for Tikshana and Moeen Ali, pretty much as I said, like, expected there. Where Sam I felt did brilliantly was the RTMs. Rachin Ravindra for 3, Santner for 2.5, Daryl Mitchell for 5. You have got 3 excellent foreigners for excellently, like absolutely cheap prices. I mean, that's a master stroke in my opinion. Now, that makes 5 foreigners out of the top 6 players. Plus, they have got David Warner, Jofra Archer. So, like, they have like a fully packed foreign lineup. Now, among Moeen Ali, Mahesh Tikshana, Rachin Ravindra, Mitchell Santner, Daryl Mitchell, and Jofra Archer, whom do you drop, whom do you play? I mean, Sam will have that headache, whom to play, whom not to play. But if the pitches are varied, he has all the bases covered with his seamer, with his foreigners. And as for Indians, I mean, you already have Dhoni. I mean, that brings in an additional factor. Gaikwad, I mean, I myself in PKBS wanted to get Gaikwad, went head to head with Sam in the bidding, but then he went to 6CR and probably I was low on budget at that time, so I couldn't get him. But Gaikwad is a very good player. Also got Sai Sudarshan, Tilak Verma, Mitchell Washington Sundar. So yeah, I mean, the Indian lineup also is pretty good. I think where, like, if you have got Warner and Gaikwad opening, you get probably Rachin Ravindra at 3 or Moeen Ali, one of them at 3. Sai Sudarshan at 4 could be an interesting choice. Then number 5 is probably going to be a bit of a concern. Daryl Mitchell, if you play, then you have already played three of your players, and then either you cannot play Santner or Tikshana. Yeah, I mean they have, but like what I'm trying to say is the foreign players are of this team were spent too many here. The problem that I think Sam will face is whom to play at number 5 and number 6, and that decision might decide a lot of their games. I mean, they have the option of batting very, very deep. They can bat very, very deep with this team, and that will help them for sure. But as we know, sometimes in cricket 24, like in AI versus AI in general, what happens is, like, this middle order batsmen sometimes can get stuck and they don't score as quickly as they required, right? And so if that kind of a game happens to them, they might be in trouble. But otherwise, I feel it's a very solid team and will be one of my contenders for the semi-finalists. Among spinners, we have got Tikshana, we have got Moin Ali, we have got Washington Sundar, we have got Rachin Ravindra. So there is choices there. There is choices there. No superstar spinner, but I think no team has very like a lot of superstar spinners. I mean, the only team with top class multiple spinners so far is KKR. But other than that, I don't see any other team who has got like multiple top class spinners in their lineup, which is very good to see. I mean, that means the auction has gone very well. Like there's no team who is overloaded with one particular type of bowler or batsman, which is good to see. Okay, so LSG can play um, all the three associates, and yeah, I mean it was not in the rules. So if KK wants to use that, he can. I want to see if he does it or not. It'll be a good, interesting twist to the tale. Let's look at the other part of CSK's team. Saurav Netravalkar as their associate. Solid choice, good pacer, 77 rated, left armor. Yeah, they have got their bases covered, that's for sure. It's one of the teams I would say would be a contender for the top four. Cool. Any other questions? I mean, captain here is probably out of question. I mean, we all know who will be the captain, unless Sam does want to put a surprise on us. Uh, I think Dhoni is the captain for sure. Fast bowlers, I mean, we already discussed, right? Like, so uh, if we go back to the original team, you have got like Jofra Archer is there. Jofra Archer is their main fast bowler. Actually, yeah, I see what you mean, Samarth. We kind of missed this point. Uh, but Jofra Archer and Mohit Sharma are probably their fast bowlers, and Daryl Mitchell will chip in. So yes, they do have a problem with fast bowling. If we see that way, they do have a problem with fast bowling. But you have got sort of Netravalkar as well as the associate, who is like a full-time fast bowler. So you've got Archer, Mohit Sharma, Netravalkar as the three main fast bowlers, I feel, and probably Rishi Dhawan can come in as an impact sub. So so they might be able to get away with the fast bowling as well. Let's move to next team. We'll go with GT. Cracks team, and interestingly, I felt that yeah, absolutely. I mean, Netravalkar, I feel, is one player who who can be a very like, because he'll be used in a particular role, and he is good for that. So he's going to use him. I think just like Dhoni uses Mukesh Chaudhary. Yeah, in that role, I feel Netravalkar will be used in this CSK team. Let's go to Gujarat Titans. Uh, Gujarat spent a bunch of money retaining. I mean, Shubman Gill and David Miller were retained in this team. Interestingly, his RTMs were very interesting. Rahul Tewatia and Umesh Yadav. Uh, and he bought in Mitch Stark, Phil Salt, Joe Root for 11, Shakibul Hassan, Varindo Hasaranga. So ARB, I do not know. You are saying that he doesn't have spinners. I mean, Varindo Hasaranga, Shakibul Hassan. I mean, I think you got two solid spinners there, and he traded Eden Markram with PKBS. So Eden Markram can also chip in. So he has got decent spin, I would say. Plus, like like opening pair is probably the best opening pair of this uh, FCT. Rohit Sharma and Shubman Gill. I mean, Rohit Sharma, GT bot, you missed. I didn't get you, Samarth. What do you mean by that? I feel that, yeah, so best opening pair there, Shubman Gill and Rohit Sharma. Uh, Shakib at Markram probably at 3, Shakib at 4, and if okay, Phil Salt is there as well. I mean, so David Miller might not get a chance despite getting retained. That will be very interesting to see. But after that, like if you take the top 6 players, I mean Sharma, Shakibul Hassan, Stark, Shubman Gill, Eden Markram, he didn't have any good foreign pacer other than Stark is already there. I mean, that's the best. But he wanted, so he got Alzari Joseph there, Umesh Yadav, and I mean, yeah, this is a solid team. But as you can see, like after that, the top 6 players, and then you have got like Miller and Alzari Joseph, whom probably cannot play, Umesh Yadav, Abhishek Podal. I mean, where is the middle order here? Like after number 4, if you have maybe Hasaranga or Phil Salt at 5 maybe, and then you got the bowlers, and 6 and 7 will be a problem. If you want to play Miller in the finisher role, then you can't play either Hasaranga or Phil Salt. That's a tough one. Yes. I mean, spinners I don't think is the issue because you've got Hasaranga and Shakibul Hassan. I think that those two are good enough spinners. You don't need any other additional spinner, I feel. I think those two are good enough for this team. And Hasaranga, we have seen in the practice match how he did. But again, like I'm very, I mean, Stark is there. This is, I feel that after that, like other than this top 6, this team has to find gems after that. Like at 6 or 7, or if you're playing Hasaranga down the order, then at 5 and 6. In those crucial positions, they have to find players who can deliver for them. Abhishek Podal, yes, if he delivers, will be great. Paul Vermerken is another good bowler, but they don't have the depth on the bench. If you look at their bench, it's very thin, and it might be a problem for them. The bench is very, very thin. That is a big problem. Sorry. I mean, no, Samarth, it's not. I don't think. I think both Shakib and Hasaranga will play. I mean, if you ask my foreigners, it will be Shakib, Hasaranga, Stark, and one of Phil Salt or Markram. That will be their lineup. Because Shakib you can bat at number 3 for sure. Yeah, most likely Markram will play. I mean, that could be a ploy. And if they don't play Shakib and play Salt, then definitely they have a problem with spinner. That I agree. They made some interesting trades, like uh, as well. I feel Nehal Vadira, Sam Razvi, these guys on their day can be very, very dangerous, but can they do it for the entire tournament? Difficult to say. As the team stands, I think there'll be a mid-table team. Yeah, and I think Rohit will lead mostly. Yeah, I agree with that. And next up, we have RCB. Yeah, and this team is pretty much, yeah, Samarth. I mean, bowling for them, I feel that their all rounders they have is pretty decent, and I think they will be okay. Um, but yes, as you said, if Shakib and Hasranga are not playing, then they might have a problem with bowling for sure. ARB's team, I mean, well, it's pretty much what you expect out of ARB. Uh, he will definitely retain uh, Kohli. I mean, that was never out in the question that ARB will not retain Kohli. I mean, I hope to see one day that ARB will not retain, but let's see what happens with that. So, yeah, Cameron Green was retained. Very interesting choice. Sunil Nareen for 17th year. After retaining those two players, he went and retained Cameron Green and then got Josh Butler in an absolutely amazing trade. Um, Will Jack's RTM was also very, very good, to be sure. Reece Topley he got in, and Umar Zai. So, if we look at the foreigners, Nareen and Butler for sure, and Will Jacks also I think will play. And then it is a toss up between Reece Topley and Cameron Green. So, they have got okay, I didn't see FC1 for sure. Yeah, so Butler and Kohli as openers. Uh, number 3, he has been using Shahbaz Ahmed there very well. Yeah, that's Samarth. Yeah, I mean, Green and Topley. I mean, if you don't pick Topley, who is your death bowler? If he doesn't put Topley, I feel that pace attack is slightly weaker. I mean, who is your opening bowler? Who is your death bowler in there? Uh, that I feel can be a bit problem. They have Deepak Chahar though. Deepak Chahar is there. Dinesh Karthik as the finisher. Shahbaz Ahmed. Swapnil Singh will be interesting to see how Swapnil Singh and Deepak Huda are used. And and in my opinion, this RCB team is much better than the real life RCB team, because at least in the middle order you have not got players like Anuj Rawat and Mohipal Lamror playing. So, Samarth, just think about it, right? As I said, it's between Topley and Green. Like if he plays both, you can't practically you can't play both Topley and Green. That's for sure. Because whom will you drop? Butler, Nareen, or Will Jacks? So I don't think both Green and Topley can play together in this team. I mean, they have very good spinner. In Nareen. Uh, Other than that, Shabaz Ahmed will fill in. So, I mean, overall, it's a good team. Uh, Tough to say whether they will make it to the semis. Uh, and but this is a team I think which has like which on their day will be dangerous, and sometimes will fail as well. So whether they make it to the semis or not will be a question of how many good days they have versus how many bad days. Huda is a fantastic buy. I agree. Huda and Swapnil Singh both are very good buys. I want to see the other part of the team. Yes, Mayank Yadav is a very good pace attack. Uh, how he will perform in our AI versus AI leagues, I do not know. He's unknown commodity. He might be very expensive also. I mean, we have seen that happen multiple times, and so yeah. So let's see how that works out for him. His uh, associate is Jishan Maksud, left arm, slow left hand batsman, pretty much a Sasta Shahbaz Ahmed, we can say. And so yeah, so he has got two very and so I don't think spin will be a problem for him. And but in pace, Chahar and Topley, if they play, the fifth bowler can become a bit of an issue. How, like, can you depend on Will Jacks to bowl all the time? I don't think so. So the fifth bowler can become a bit of a problem, but one out of Navdeep Saini or Mohsin Khan, if they are impact subs, that problem will also get solved. I think in this team, Chahar is a better choice than Bhuvi. If that trade was made, it would have been a problem, I feel. Hazelwood versus Topley, right? That was the trade, right? Hazelwood versus Topley. Um, if Hazelwood versus Topley, the trade, I feel that uh, tough choice. I think Topley is a better choice for RCB in this situation. Okay. So let's move on to the next team. Rajasthan Royals. So Rajasthan Royals is a very new team. I mean, first time they are playing our leagues. So I don't know what to expect from them. They were very interesting in the auction because they came in all guns blazing. I mean, it was like to put some Sidhuism into it, like a children in a candy bar. ये भी चाहिए वो भी चाहिए मेरे को ये भी खाना मिठाई भी खाना चॉकलेट भी खाना सब कुछ खाना. That was his idea. Absolutely just kept on went on like bidding on everyone. It was fun. Like sometimes you need those kind of people in an auction to have the dynamics. And I felt like some of the players who went 18, 19, 20 crores, a lot has to do with Neelkant's aggression. In the auction. Uh, Ishan Kishan at 16 CR, Trent Bolt for 12, Jaiswal for 12, Keshav Maharaj for 12, retained. So these three players retained. Faf was traded, Quinton de Kock was traded, Ishan Kishan was traded, Josh Hazelwood was traded. This was like, it is like absolutely, uh, like, I mean, big money trades happened here. Uh, the team in the end has Faf du Plessis, Quinton de Kock, Josh Hazelwood, Lockie Ferguson, Trent Bolt. The top 5 players are all foreigners, and then even Keshav Maharaj is foreigner. So his first real like Indian pick is Yashasvi Jaiswal, who will open for sure, and Ishan Kishan opening. Then you've got 3 pace bowlers in for the foreign spots, plus you have got 1 spinner for the foreign spot. So they might play like, okay, if you have to play Faf and Quinton, I feel, and only one out of Josh Hazelwood, Lockie Ferguson, and Trent Bolt maybe, because if we are spending 12 crores to retain Keshav Maharaj and not playing him, then what the hell are you doing? So it's a tough choice there. He has to drop 2 of his best, like of the top 6 players, he has to drop 2. That's not a good thing for any team. And then you've got Yashasvi Jaiswal among the Indians. Jaiswal, then Sandeep Sharma, Shivam Dubey. This is a team that can struggle, to be honest. Uh, this is a team that has potential, but yeah, Maharaj could have gone cheap and probably could have been retained. Sorry, I mean RTM'd. But I mean, if you look at this team, the problem with this team is that there is no balance. There are good players, and there are few there are good players, but the balance is kind of missing in this team. So that's going to be a problem. And associate Chris Greaves will help bring in that balance a bit with his batting, leg spinner as well. And he has some very very poor players in his team, plus only 18 players in the team, of which you've got Ricky Bhui, Anmolpreet Singh. Yes, there are big names, but missing that depth. Yes, absolutely. I mean, because you've got players like Ricky Bhui, Anmolpreet Singh, and Abhinav Manohar, who are rated very very low, and so you're practically left with 16, and all those 16 players, 15 players actually. So you have got one of these 3 going to be on the bench, and plus, so you've got these 3 foreigners also on the you've got the 3 foreigners sitting on the bench as well of the 14. This is one team where if he doesn't do his if he does his as per the rules, right, he is probably better off putting all his better off not doing any sub and letting the AI do it, because he doesn't have enough players. So he will have to put more foreign players in the bench, and there is much more better chance that the AI will pick those players, and he will have a better team. And this is what I meant, ARB, when I said that for some teams not doing well in the auction, but getting their extra foreign player will help them immensely. And this is one team where I see that that can happen. So yeah, but yeah, as you said, rules are rules, and you will continue with that. But just be aware of these problems. Uh, Captain probably will be Faf du Plessis. Uh, and Faf is probably one of his best trades in this entire auction. Yep. If we have no other question, we'll move to the final team. My team, PKPS. Low. I did not download my own team. I mean, I only downloaded the first page and did not download the second one. Anyways, that's fine. So yeah. Um, Finally, Punjab Kings. Uh, we brought this team up and we thought like, let's see what we can do with Punjab. Uh, yeah, it's a bit odd to do that. That's why I'm just going to just quickly do it. I mean, just my thoughts on the players and thoughts. So yeah, I mean, I've got Joe Root, KL Rahul, Livingstone. Rahul and Dhawan are our kind of openers, and yeah, I mean, Joe Root is what's going on cricket until I honestly do not understand where was the comment which was a joke in this entire chat today. And yeah, so from my side, I felt that uh, my team, in my team, I felt like I have my pace is a bit weak, and honestly, I made one mistake in the trade. I thought that Nokia is rated 86 and not 84, which is why I gave that trade up for which is which is fine. I mean, we make our mistakes. We all make mistakes. But I got really got like Chahal. I got Hitmeyer in the trade. I feel that Vandermerva is a very good associate player to have, and as far as ratings are concerned, he's the second highest associate in the league. So I'm pretty happy with my team. But the team has its weaknesses, and like crack spot clearly showed in our practice game. So the team has its weaknesses. It has its strengths as well. Uh, so I have picked three teams so far for the uh, KKR, MI, and CSK are clearly a bit ahead in this league. I think the fourth one is tough, and it's going to be a competition between all the teams, and I'm not sure who will go and pick that up. Uh, but I feel that the fourth spot will be fought for a lot, and if I have to pick one team, I will pick mine simply because, as ARB said, खुद के टीम पे भरोसा नहीं तो खेलन क्या फ़ायदा. So, with those words, thank you all for joining. This is Slow Death signing off. Good night.